Okay, I'm David Crazy Rides. Welcome to my channel. Hit subscribe and remember to hit the bell for new updates. And this is the third part. We're just getting about to read the first captions. As you can see, the captions there, and the first part of the story. And well, you know what? If we went through the readout of my second part, you know what happened towards the end with that cliffhanger where Jack tries to, jump into the next room because there was the original Cybermen, which was the Mondasian Cybermen, about to attack the team, and the Jack and the unit team, and all that's going on in the second part. You have to watch the second part to understand. And this is the third part, so here we go. There's a few little surprises in this one, so sit tight and listen and imagine what's going on in your head. Right, just in time, Captain Jack's vortex manipulator functions right, and the vortex jumps into the next room. Elizabeth Snowden screams again. Captain Jack says, "Why did you scream for?" Elizabeth Snowden, "The Cyberman hand was on me. Must have got cut off in the vortex jump." They still have Cybermen to contend with in this room. The unit team can take this kind of nightmare and silver Cybermen down with gold bullets. They have left, so Alex King and Elizabeth Snowden take them down. Take them out. Elizabeth misses one of the Cybermen and ends up shooting the Matrix pod computer mainframe, causing the Matrix to glitch. Now you know what causes the glitch in the first part. It was Elizabeth Snowden's fault. Blame her. She aims at the Cybermen she intended to shoot at in the first place, killing it stone dead. Alex King, on the other side of the Matrix pod room, takes out the last Cyberman down. Kate Stewart then runs to the computer of the Matrix mainframe. She finds out if she can open the Matrix pod from there, as they are locked and can't be opened unless she can hack in somehow. Oh, let's get rid of that, because we don't need that now. That was originally going to be for that part, but I ended up having to put it at the beginning because it didn't make sense halfway through, so we'll get rid of that. Kate Stewart, the computer mainframe is glitching. It's hard to find which one has the doctor in the pods. Alex King, how do we know which pod the doctor is held in? He asks. Captain Jack replies, I'm not sure. It's hard to pinpoint it on my vortex manipulator. Now it's pointing at this one, on the second row of the pods. Yeah, well. Can you open it and find out? Elizabeth Snowden says. Captain Jack says. Captain Jack tries to open the Matrix pod in front of him. Doesn't look like we could just open it from here. Kate, can you see if you can open it then from the computer mainframe, please? Kate Stewart, I will try, but it's glitching so hard to do. So it'd be hard to do. As Kate Stewart tries to find if she can at least open one of the pods, even though the computer mainframe is glitching. She hacks into opening one. Opening one and finds the master. Is in the one that Captain Jack is at. Getting a bit like the Twilight Zone now, aren't we? Alex King is like, wait, isn't that the Prime Minister that went missing and killed the President of the United States? Captain Jack then says, yes, but he's not what you think he is. Elizabeth Snowden then says, then who is he then? Captain Jack replies to that question very quickly. He is the Master. Alex King says, wait, I read about the Master in our unit files. Why didn't we know him about being the Prime Minister? Captain Jack replies to that question of Alex King and says that's because you all been tricked into thinking he was human and a real person and born back on Earth. Elizabeth Snowden then says, but how is that possible? Captain Jack replies to Elizabeth Snowden, remember the Archangel program for phones? Elizabeth Snowden says to Jack, yes, I remember. Didn't that get discontinued years ago? Captain Jack, yes, they did, but he used that to tap in your minds. And hypnotize you to vote for him. He even faked his bio as Harold Saxon, which he never existed. Alex King then says, so all this time in all our faces the PM is the Master. How come we never worked that one out before? Captain Jack then says, that's how the Archangel works. It's like, you know, something is wrong but you can't quite look back. It's like it's blocking you from looking. In the old Torchwood we chipped at what we've called the wall. Once you break through, you get to the truth. One of our Torchwood members died trying to get to the truth, but by going to the source itself. Alex King asks, shouldn't we wake him? Captain Jack says, why should we? He killed a lot of people last time we met. Alex King says, that is maybe, but maybe he knows where the doctor is. We could use him. Captain Jack, no, Having him awake could be dangerous. Kate Stewart. Never mind, the master. I think I found him. I found the doctor. But only just past the glitching. Only just bypassed the glitching. Sorry. Elizabeth Snowden. So which pod is he in? Kate Stewart. Would you believe he's in the blue pod behind Captain Jack and Alex there? Captain Jack and Alex King looked behind him, looked at each other in disbelief. Alex King turns to Kate Stewart and says, "Are you joking, Mom?" Elizabeth Snowden walks up to where Kate Stewart is at the computer mainframe is. Can you open it up and see? Kate Stewart and Elizabeth Snowden looks at the computer and sees 2 heartbeats from the doctor. Elizabeth Snowden says, "No wonder Captain Jack's vortex manipulator got confused. There were 2 Time Lords in the same room." Is that a gap there? Kate Stewart. Ah! I got it! The blue matrix pod opens and mist is flowing out of it. And then they see an old man. Standing. Standing there. Alex King. That isn't the doctor. Captain Jack. Oh no! That is the doctor, alright. Elizabeth Snowden. Confused. What do you mean that's the doctor? Kate Stewart. It is him. Captain Jack is right. But this is an early version of him. In fact, I think he's the original him. The first Doctor wakens up, walks out of the Matrix pod, first sees Captain Jack and Alex standing there. The first Doctor walks to Alex and says, "Oh my dear, my young man, could you tell me what's going on? I'm the Doctor, by the way, and what am I doing here? Alex King in shock. Doctor Who? Then that will introduce them. Okay, let's get to it. Okay. The first Doctor. So, are you boys going to be daddling around, or are you going to tell me where I am and where is Ben and Polly? Captain Jack. Well, I'm Captain Jack. This is Alex King. The ladies at the computer's mainframe, computer matrix mainframe over there are Kate Stewart and Elizabeth Snowden. Elizabeth Snowden asks, "Who's Ben and Polly?" The First Doctor, "They are the people I travel with. I must have lost them somehow." Alex King, "Wait, hold on. If this is the First Doctor and the original Doctor, and if he's here and out of his own timeline, wouldn't that be a paradox?" The First Doctor, "What do you mean, out of my timeline? Alex King, "When we are trying to look for the Doctor, we thought we were getting the Doctor we know. Our version of him. Well, you. Version of him. Well, you. Well, you know." Well, we ended up with you. Well, we ended up with you. Then ended up with you. And then he says, "Anyone getting a headache?" The First Doctor, "Ah, you mean me from my future? It's so nice I have a future." The First Doctor feels faint. "This body of mine is wearing a bit thin." And Kate Stewart instantly goes, "Oh no! Whoever brought this Doctor got..." "Out of the timeline. Got this Doctor out of the timeline before he regenerated." The First Doctor almost falls to the floor, but Captain Jack and Alex King catches the Doctor before falling down. Alex King asks, "Doctor, are you okay?" The First Doctor looks at his hand and sees a golden glow in his hand. "I'll be fine, my dear boy." Elizabeth Snowden walks to the First Doctor and says, "So, you're what? So, what? You're... So you're what the Doctor looked like originally?" The First Doctor, "Oh my dear lady, how do you know I never regenerated before?" Then she replies, "Because you're holding it back, and you seem scared of what the possibilities of what you might end up with." Yeah, my character Elizabeth tends to pick up these things. And Alex King is a bit strong-willed. The First Doctor, "Of course I'm scared. I've never regenerated before. I mean, what will I look like? What will I sound like? I've seen my friends regenerate before. It's frightening to see it for yourself." Elizabeth Snowden, "What do you mean, Doctor?" The First Doctor answers Elizabeth's question. "They look different. Their personalities change. Even their taste buds change. Having to find out what you like all over again. The process of it seems so scary to me. I really don't want to go and end up going through that. Now then, tell me, how did you end up being here with these people you seem to be working with? Elizabeth answers the doctor's question. You mean UNIT? Yes, the doctor replies. Elizabeth Snowden. Yes, well, Captain Jack there, he works at Torchwood, but both teams work together with alien happenings. Sometimes. The First Doctor. Oh, I see. I ask as I had never heard of your teams before. Kate Stewart. That's because we never worked with you. With you. Well, not yet anyway. You know, timelines, Doctor. The First Doctor. Ah, yes, you can only tell me so much not to mess with the future timelines. Kate Stewart says, pretty much. Kate Stewart then asks the Doctor, do you think you could help me find your version of you, well, your future self, so to speak? The Doctor replies to Kate Stewart, I can do what I can. Would you two men help me up, please? Captain Jack and Alex King helps the First Doctor up. Thank you two, First Doctor says. The First Doctor walks over to the Matrix computer mainframe to where Kate Stewart is at. Then what seems to be the problem you're having, my dear? Got to have the Doctor's the First Doctor mannerisms in there. Kate Stewart. Well, you see, my dear, what? Never mind. Well, you see, I'm trying to find our version of you. Well, your future you on this computer here. But it's glitching all the time. The First Doctor. When did this computer start glitching exactly? It started when Elizabeth shot at it. Elizabeth then turns around and says, not my fault. I tried to shoot the Cyberman earlier and I missed. And well, you can see that my shot hit the computer mainframe. The First Doctor. Cybermen? You have met them too? Alex King. Yes, we have. The body remains over there, Doctor. Captain Jack. The Cybermen have always scared me. Well, way more than the Daleks. The First Doctor. You know about the Daleks too? My dear. I guess my future doesn't change that much then. Anyway, let's find myself. Then and fix the glitching somehow. What do you think? Kate Stewart says, yes, if you like, you say, if we can both fix the computer mainframe, we can find our Doctor. But how is the question? The first doctor. Have you ever tried looking at the computer's backboard panel? You thought to ever checking the wiring? Kate Stewart. No, I never even thought of that. Why did I even think of that? The first doctor walks to the front of the Matrix mainframe and sees the bottom of the panel and takes it off. The first doctor sees the wiring for the computer is frazzled a bit. Elizabeth Snowden, there must be tools around here to fix the wiring. Alex King then says, "Who are you, MacGyver?" Elizabeth Snowden replies, "Oh, very funny." First doctor says, "I'm sorry, MacGyver?" Alex King, it's a show about a secret agent who doesn't carry around guns with him and tries to fix things with a Swiss Army knife. The show sounds like someone else we know. The first doctor. Really? Who? Oh! You mean me? Only I don't carry a Swiss Army knife, although that'd be handy right now. Elizabeth Snowden asks, "What about your sonic screwdriver?" The first doctor. "Sonic what now?" Captain Jack says, "Never mind, doctor. Is there any way to fix it? It's not like there's a spare wiring lying around." Kate Stewart then says, "Wait a minute. Yes, there is. The Cybermen, they have some wiring in their bodies. We should use that to fix the glitching on this computer." Captain Jack then says, "That's right. But how are we going to fix the wiring with there are no tools around here?" Elizabeth Snowden. "Here, borrow my Swiss Army knife, doctor." Alex King goes, "Oh my god, really?" Captain Jack. "Alex, if you can help me move the Cybermen remains over there where the doctor is, it'd be easy to use to get to the wiring out of them to pass to the doctor." Alex King helps Captain Jack to move the body remains over the remains of the Cybermen over near the doctor is at the Matrix computer mainframe, so the doctor can use the wiring to fix the computer. There should be a capital S. The first doctor looks at the Cybermen. "My word, they don't look like the Cybermen I've seen. How strange. Anyhow, can you switch the computer off? Then we can fix the wiring." I don't think the doctor's going to ask too many questions on why the Cybermen look different. You know, future consequences, of course. "Yes, of course I can. If I can find where to shut it down." Never mind. I found where I can shut it down. The first doctor. Good. Elizabeth, can you help me cut some wiring out of the Cybermen? And why are you looking at me like that? Well, it's when you said the Cybermen look different. What did you mean by that? The first doctor then says and replies, "You do ask a lot of questions, don't you?" She went, "Well, questions is my kind of thing to ask." "You're going to answer my question?" Yes, of course. Well, the Cybermen I've seen don't look like them. Once I've seen almost human-like parts from the robotic voice, and you don't see their faces. They're very strong. Well, when I first encountered them, they said they are from a twin planet of Earth, but their world was drifting into space long ago and is dying. Plus, they want us to become like them. No emotions or anything. No emotions or anything. The people on Mondas were like you and me once, until they started dying. And then turning themselves into Cybermen. While helping, Elizabeth is helping the doctor with the wiring. She asks him dying from what? The first doctor, I don't know. I don't think that their scientists knew either. They started replacing their bodies. With spare parts in a way to survive. But that came with a price, which, as you know, they have no emotions too, and want us to become like them. Their faces covered with like cloth. Alex King, that sounds like the ones we've seen in the other room. Attacked by, well, almost, if Captain Jack's vortex manipulator didn't work. Lucky it did. Lucky it did. We were almost goners. The first doctor. Almost done and fixed. I think it's ready to go, Kate. Boot it up. Boot up the computer and see what happens. I hope it works. Alex King says, yeah, me too, Doctor. The computer mainframe boots up and loads up, and a screen comes up and says he is awake. What did you say? Stuart looks funny at the message. It should be in blue, really. Alex King, what's wrong, Mom? Kate Stewart, I'm not sure. Some weird message. The first doctor says, must be a computer error, or what's left of the glitching. Kate Stewart replies back, maybe you're right, Doctor. The first doctor, now it's all booted up, we can find your doctor or myself, well, my future me, I think. I'm getting that headache that Alex has got. Kate Stewart, oh, we found him. He's in the next room. Oh, This isn't gonna be easy to get him. Captain Jack says, it never is. Elizabeth Snowden says, let me guess. Cyberman? Kate Stewart says, it's worse than just Cybermen. We never get to the doctor with Mondasi and Cybermen guarding him. Gold bullets are not going to work. We're sitting ducks. The first doctor looks puzzled and goes, who told you bullets are not going to work? The lady from wherever she is, Elizabeth Snowden is saying, we not to work out who she is and why and how the doctor is here. But then again, I like to know how she got the past version of the doctor here. Meaning you. That's Elizabeth Snowden saying that, not Kate Stewart. Sorry, I do pardon. Kate Stewart said, that is a good question. We all sure like to find out. The first doctor, I know one thing. That lady lied to you. You ever tried to shoot the Cybermen and aim at their heads? Could be their weak point. Notice how they have cloths over their faces. It's not much of a shield like the others seem to have. But sure. Wish I've thought of that one before. But sure wish I thought of that one before. You never think until after the event. Alex King. Do you know how many Cybermen are guarding our doctor, Mum? Kate Stewart says, well, I can check on this computer. It might help us. Kate Stewart checks the computer mainframe. This should be in blue. The computer is picking up at least 5 Cybermen guarding the doctor. The first doctor. What must we do? We can't just walk in there. We'll be sitting ducks. Alex King says, the doctor is right. We need to lure some of the Cybermen out here. Somehow, but our guns will be their giveaway that we are here. Captain Jack. I wonder why they didn't come out here in the first place. The first doctor. Maybe they don't know we are here. Elizabeth Snowden says, can we just be grateful that they didn't come out here? Kate Stewart walks to the remains of the Cybermen and picks up one of the hands of them that looks... Hang on a minute. Okay, Kate Stewart walks up to the remains of the Cybermen and picks up one of the hands of them, then looks at the gun they use as weapons on their hands. I have an idea. What if we use these weapons against them? We might need our guns later, though. That's a good idea, the doctor says. So Alex King and Elizabeth Snowden lure two Cybermen out of the room that the doctor is in, which is the main Matrix room. The two rooms are divided into two. They both run out the room quick. Captain Jack and Kate Stewart uses their weapons of the Cybermen against the Mondasian Cybermen. Now there's only 3 more to take down, and they'll be waiting this time around for the team to get in the room the doctor is in. The Cybermen know about the unit team and are here to save the doctor. They weapon up and ready, and now armed with their weapons. Captain Jack opens the doors. Everyone is ready to take down the Cybermen, but unit team are hidden behind the Matrix pods. The Mondasian Cybermen walk out of the main Matrix room the doctor is in and sees no one there. But that's what they think. Until the unit team sees a chance to attack the Cybermen. The Cybermen see them, try to attack them back. They fail to do so. So Alex King and Captain Jack sneak down near the doors of the main Matrix room and hit behind of the Mondasian Cybermen and take 3, and the 3 get shot down just like that. Alex King: it's okay now. When can we now enter? Oh wait. Can we enter now? Enter and get the doctor out? Can we enter now and get the doctor out? Yeah, now that makes more sense now. Sorry. The unit team and the first doctor enter the room. The doors close. The computer mainframe, the room they were just in, comes up with the same message from before, saying he is awake on a blink. Meanwhile, the unit team are now looking around the Matrix room and see the doctor in the pod. Alex King and Captain Jack, I'm sure that's supposed to be, yeah, and Captain Jack tried to open it, but then Kate Stewart and Elizabeth Snowden spot some kind of computer in the other room, but seems different than the other one. Elizabeth Snowden spots the same kind of computer in this room, but it seems different than the other one, the other computer. This one doesn't open the doors like the other one in the pod room, in the last room. Then they all hear a woman's voice. Alex King says, "Who is that? Who's there?" River Song, the Watcher. "Don't be alarmed. I am the Doctor's subconscious mind. I can help you. That computer you're using can take you into the Matrix. That is why there's a pod next to it." Elizabeth Snowden, how come you can't do that? I mean, use it. River Song, I am the Doctor's subconscious mind. I can't touch anything. River Song / the Watcher looks at the first Doctor. "I remember being you. You are the first me, the original me." And then says, "Oh, Elizabeth." And then she says, "Oh, Elizabeth, thank you for missing the computers, missing that Cyberman. Oh, and thank you for missing that Cyberman and hitting the computer's mainframe. You did the Doctor a favour." Elizabeth Snowden, "What do you mean?" The computer. River Song replies back, "The computer mainframe." Oh, for crying out loud! "Was censoring me." Well, the Doctor's subconscious part of the Doctor's mind. "When you missed your shot and all, that's when the computer's mainframe started glitching, and the part of the program stopped censoring a part of the Doctor's mind. Then that allowed the subconscious mind to warn itself that that way the Doctor's mind will slowly open up if the Doctor will listen to the brain part of itself. The Doctor's subconscious mind of the Doctor can reflect outside of his mind to see what's going on." Alex King, "Was anyone following that?" Captain Jack, "How do we get the Doctor out of the Matrix pod?" River Song, "That you can't in this room. There are things I've heard in this room, and the lady you heard earlier is Madame Gumvarian. I don't know what she's done with our mind. Something is missing, but I can't seem to see what's wrong until one of you can go in and wake him up." Captain Jack, "I'll do it." Alex King and Elizabeth Snowden help Captain Jack to set it up him in the Matrix pod. Hello. Alright, the next room for one step to the last cliffhanger of this story. Because we'll be moving on to part 4 after this, and then that'll be the last part, I hope. Okay, we've got the computer matrix mainframe is still flickering sign with a sign. Hang on a minute. A sign saying he's awake.
He is awake.
The master is awake, but then sees a Mondasian Cyberman. Cyberman, sorry. Why is there a cross between there? Cyberman, get up from the main doors of the Matrix room. The Mondasian Cyberman isn't quite dead. Well, Cyberman isn't quite dead. The master walks out of the Matrix pod and falls down on his knees. Obviously, the Cyberman hasn't heard him yet. Too busy trying to get back to get up. And then sees a light come on in a yellow Matrix pod. Remember that help there. The master gets up and walks to it. He tries to see who's in it. He can't quite see who's in it. Of the wind. Hang on a minute. No, in it. Who's in the window of the door. The master. What the hell is going on here? You see, he's not sure what's going on. He's just woke up from this weird, you know, alternate reality within the Matrix. The Cyberman, the Mondasian Cyberman hears the master, walks up to him, asks, "You must help me open the doors." A Unity locked the doors on the inside, so they did something clever there. So the master has no choice to help the Cyberman. He goes to the computer mainframe and tries to hack in to unlock the doors, but he sees the doctor is in the next room and life signs in the next room. Should be that. So he helps the Cyberman just to get to the doctor. Okay, the strange man, cliffhanger, and the doctor is awake. That's the next chapter. Okay, the master opens the door at last, walks in, sees the doctor and smiles, and then the Cyberman walks in too. The master. The doctor isn't awake yet? Alex is about to shoot the Cyberman down and the master. The master, don't shoot the Cyberman. It seems different. Oh, shoot me. Oh. Don't shoot me either. Alex King asks Kate Stewart this. Want me to shoot the master then? We could ask questions to the Cyberman after. Kate Stewart said, "No, the doctor will want him alive. Besides, the doctor would never forgive us." The master, "I guess you're stuck with me, as I'm here to help." Should be there. Meanwhile, a yellow pod door opens. A strange man is in it. The strange man walks out of the yellow pod, and in a deep voice, "Where am I?" Madame Gavarian beams the strange man to the overview room and greets the man. Madame Gavarian says, "Hello, I'm the one who got the cat out of the bag." One would might say, "My name is Madame Gavarian." The strange man, "I'm never going to be part of the doctor's regeneration cycles anymore." That's too bad. That's too bad. I was looking forward to that, but nevertheless, let's take the doctor down. I wonder who he is, so you wonder. And you probably wonder what the hell he means by that. I think a lot of fans out there will realise where this is going, you know, older fans. Captain Jack wakes the doctor. The doctor is now awake and will be out of the Matrix. Trouble is ahead. The doctor steps out the Matrix pod. Something is missing. Something seems different, the doctor says. The doctor falls to the floor, looks at his original self. "The first doctor, why are you looking at me like that for? The doctor says, and the doctor stands up. "I feel like I'm missing something. Am I a good man? And how are you here?" he says to the first doctor. Madame Gavarian, meanwhile, and the strange man ditched the Cybermen behind as Madame Gavarian planned. That should be planned. Planned to use the Cybermen to get to the doctor's mind, to get this man extracted from him. Because of her, the Cybermen know how to convert Time Lords / Time Ladies into Cybermen. But only Nightmare and Silver can do that now. On the ship, from escape on the ship away from the doctor, and using the Cybermen's technology to get her away. But she's a target of the Cybermen now. Madame Gavarian, so Valiad, what do we do now? The strange man / Valiad, well, you know who the Valiad is now. Valiad, if you watched the trial of the Time Lord. We wait till the doctor finds us. He will eventually.